You're about to make one of the most important medical decisions of your life. Most people think cataract surgery is one choice. Get the surgery done or don't get the surgery done. But the truth is, it's more like ordering from a menu. And if you don't know what's on it, you'll end up with whatever the default is. And that might be far from what you wanted or what you needed. Here's the good news. If you understand the options, you can pick something that actually fits your lifestyle, not just your eyes. And in this video, I will walk you through it like I do with my own patients. Simple, clear, no fluff. So what is cataract surgery? Cataract surgery is needed when the lens in your eye gets cloudy. The surgeon removes this lens and puts a new one in. Let's start with something most patients never even hear about until it's too late to choose. Toric lenses. The astigmatism fixer. Astigmatism means that your eye isn't perfectly round. It's more cylindrical. The result is that your vision is not focused properly for either reading or distant. Now, many people don't even know they have astigmatism, but during your cataract evaluation, we measure for it. And if it's significant, you'll want to consider a toric lens. A toric lens is just like a basic monofocal lens, but it's built to cancel out the astigmatism in your eye. That means sharp, clear distance vision, often without glasses. What it won't do is fix your reading vision, so you'll still need readers or bifocals for up-close tasks. Is it worth it? In most cases, yes, especially if you want to drive, watch TV, or recognize faces without glasses. Insurance doesn't always cover the upgrade, but correcting astigmatism during surgery is a one-time opportunity. If you skip it now, fixing it later is much harder. But here's the twist. Toric lenses help with distance vision only. What if you want a full range of vision without glasses? That brings us to the most asked about option on the menu, multifocal and extended depth of focus lenses. The potential to be free of glasses of any kind for good. Multifocal lenses give you vision at multiple distances, near, far, and everything in between. EDOF or extended depth of focus lenses might be more appropriate for certain people who do want to minimize glasses but have certain eye conditions or lifestyle habits that are not ideal for multifocal lenses. This type of lenses usually provide an excellent distance and intermediate vision, and they do provide an improved reading but not perfect reading vision. The promise here is big. Glasses-free vision for most daily activities. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the trade-off. Some people notice glare or halos at night. It's not dangerous, but it can be annoying, especially for night drivers. Some patients adjust quickly, others don't. Now, the incidence of such problems declined significantly with the introduction of the newer generation of these lenses. There is also a direct correlation between the incidence of these issues and your surgeon's experience and skill. You see, proper testing, screening, and matching of the patient with the right type of lens, plus the technical skills in implanting and tuning the lens during surgery could significantly decrease the odds of such outcomes. And once again, these lenses cost more, insurances don't cover them, so who are they best for? If you always hated glasses, if you're active and want full range vision, and if you understand the pros and cons, these lenses can change your life. But hold that thought, because even the best lens can disappoint if the surgery itself isn't precise. And that's where the next upgrade enters the picture. Laser-assisted cataract surgery. Precision under pressure. This isn't a different surgery. It's the same goal with a more advanced tool. Instead of the surgeon making the incisions manually, a laser creates ultra-precise openings in the eye. It can also soften the cataract, reduce the ultrasound energy needed during the removal of the lens, and the result? More precision, less energy inside the eye, and sometimes better healing, especially in complicated cases like dense or white cataracts. Is it necessary for everyone? No. But if you're choosing a premium lens or your eye is more complex than average, laser-assisted surgery can offer an extra layer of control. It does add cost, but in the right scenario, it can increase predictability and safety. But we're not done yet, because no matter how advanced the tools are, if you're afraid of being awake during surgery, it could hold you back. So let's tackle that next. In most top-tier practices, general anesthesia is not used for cataract surgery. Instead, the choice is between two local anesthesia methods: retrobulbar block or topical drops with IV sedation. Retrobulbar block is an older method that involves injecting anesthetic behind the eye to numb it completely and prevent movement. While effective, it carries small but real risks, such as bleeding, temporary vision loss, or in very rare cases, damage to the optic nerve. Today, most experienced cataract surgeons in New York City and across the country prefer topical numbing drops combined with mild IV sedation. This method is less invasive, safer, equally effective for most patients. With topical drops, you're awake but comfortable. You won't feel pain and you won't see anything threatening during the surgery. Most patients describe the experience as easy and uneventful. Unless there are special circumstances like extremely anxious patients or complex eye anatomy, topical anesthesia is the gold standard. It avoids the injection risks of retrobulbar blocks and speeds up recovery. Most of my patients return to their daily activities immediately following the surgery with both their eyes open. So if you're nervous, don't be. You'll be more comfortable than you think. And now a question most patients don't even know to ask, but could save them weeks of hassle. Same-day bilateral surgery, twice the clarity, half the downtime. Should you get both eyes done on the same day? In many countries, it's standard. In the US, we're more cautious, but it's gaining ground. Here's why some patients choose it: fewer visits, faster recovery, less time off work or travel. If both eyes have similar cataracts and you're medically stable, it can be incredibly efficient. But there are caveats. If you have high infection risk, dry eyes, inflammation, or complex eye anatomy, we might recommend spacing the surgeries out. Also, some people want to see how the first eye turns out before committing to the second. This is where your surgeon's judgment matters. It's not just about convenience, it's about safety and precision. Still with me? Good, because now we're getting into the options most people end up with by default. By default doesn't always mean best. Basic monofocal lenses, the reliable classic. This is the standard lens covered by insurance. It gives you great vision, but only at one distance, usually far. So you will need glasses for near tasks like reading, phone use, and computer work. If you have astigmatism, you'll need glasses full time unless that's corrected separately. Monofocals aren't bad. They've stood the test of time and deliver excellent distance vision for many people, but they're not designed to reduce your dependence on glasses. And that's a deal breaker for some patients. But what if I told you there is a clever setup that blends two lenses, giving you functional near and far vision using a strategy from the 1980s, monovision. One eye for distance, one eye for near. In monovision, we correct your dominant eye for distance and the non-dominant eye for near. Your brain learns to blend the images so you can function well across distances. It's not perfect. You lose a little depth perception and some people never get used to the imbalance, but some patients like it. I rarely recommend it to my patients since there are much better options available today, but it is still an option that might work for some patients. If you've used monovision contact lenses before and tolerated them well, that's a strong signal it will work for you in surgery, but it's a personal choice. And it only works if your brain is willing to adapt. So How do you choose? How do you make sense of all these options? Here's the truth most places won't tell you. It's not just about what's medically possible. It's about how you want to live. Do you read a lot? Do you drive at night? Do you work on screens all day? Do you want to avoid glasses, or are you okay with wearing them? The best lens isn't just about the eye, it's about the person behind the eye. That's why I spend time asking patients not just what they see, but how they live. Cataract surgery today is powerful, but it's not one size fits all. It's a custom fit. And when done right, it can completely change how you see the world for the next 20 to 30 years. If you want expert level vision care with customized lens planning, visit us in New York or schedule a consult using the link below. If you're out of town, we can arrange a virtual consultation and plan the surgery such that you can complete the whole process in one short trip. And if you have decided to stay local and still have questions for me, please put them in the comments section below. Don't let someone else pick your future vision. Take control, ask questions, and make sure you're ordering off the right part of the menu. Subscribe if you want clear, real answers without the fluff.